What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today I'm very excited, guys, because I get to talk about the 10 titles that I am most looking forward to in the month of March, my 10 most anticipated 4K Blu-ray releases for March of 2022. And guys, look, here's the thing. March, there's some good stuff in March. There's some solid stuff coming out in March, but I found this month to be a little bit more difficult to pin down. My 10 most anticipated for the month. And again, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. There's just not a lot of stuff that I'm going to necessarily want to gravitate towards. So I hope that we see a couple more announcements here and there. So maybe some surprise stuff that hasn't been leaked yet coming out in March. But again, it's a good month. It's just not a great month. It's not one that I'm looking ahead and I'm like, oh, they're looking, there's this and that and this and that. This was one that I really had to try and pick and choose some stuff to put in this 10 most anticipated. I got a few honorable mentions as well, and then we got some other notable stuff that we're going to talk about. So yeah, I just like doing these type of videos. For one, it kind of helps me just kind of look ahead and visualize what my pickups are going to look like for the month of March, and also because it helps you maybe plan and organize your strategy going into March as to what you're going to pick up for the new releases. So like I said, not a ton, which kind of, you know, makes me feel a little bit better because maybe I'll have a little bit of time to backtrack and grab some titles from January in February that I didn't get a chance to grab, or just, you know, some stuff from last year I haven't got a chance to grab yet. But yeah, guys, before we get into it, I'm going to ask, if you are not yet a subscriber to the Mid-Level Media channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I do tons of content like this, mostly centered around the world of physical media, new 4K and Blu-ray review announcements. I do physical media reports every single Monday where we talk about this stuff on a week-to-week basis. This is just me looking ahead for the entire month, but I do every single week. I run down what is coming out on the physical media report, so definitely check that out. I do Blu-ray hunting videos, reviews, and also if you like that kind of stuff, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, be sure to like this video, guys, and comment down below, what are you the most looking forward to in the month of March? Your top 5, your top 10, your top 3, just your most anticipated for the month of March. Let me know in that comment section below. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. Another interesting thing about this month is that there are 5 Tuesdays. So we're gonna have 5 different Tuesdays to have new releases on. You would think that would mean there's more stuff coming out to get excited about, but again, I found it extremely hard to pick out titles week to week in this one. I really did, but again, I'm going to do my best. We're going to get right into it. March the 1st, I can say right now, nothing from March the 1st is on my most anticipated list. So you can pretty much cut that whole week out. I'm still going to do a Blu-ray hunting chip, but there's not a lot at all coming out. There's a Daniel Craig Bond collection that's coming out that day. Besides that, if you're not a Bond fan, there's really not that much coming out the first week of March. So that'll be a week that we can do some catch up. But going into March 8th, we got some stuff to get excited about, guys, because this is my first most anticipated title for the month of March, and that is The Apartment on 4K from Kino Lorber, and this is going to be $27.99. So another Billy Wilder film coming to 4K from Kino Lorber. I just reviewed and talked about Some Like It Hot. I love that film. Go check out my review if you haven't already. But I'm super excited for The Apartment because it's another classic movie that I've never seen. And from what I hear, it's a great comedy, classic comedy, and I'm excited to get into it because I'm really enjoying going back and delving into these classic films, especially in 4K, because like every one that I've seen looks fantastic. So I'm super excited to get into this one. And this one doesn't have a previous Criterion release, but it does have an Arrow Video release for The Apartment that, again, I don't have in the collection. So this will be the first time that I own this film, and I'm super excited for it. So The Apartment is my first most anticipated title for the month of March. Getting into the next one that comes out in the same week. This is a title from RLJE, and this is going to be $14.99, and this is Silent Night. So this is a film starring Keira Knightley, and I think the boy from Jojo Rabbit. I'm excited for this one. I've heard some good things about it. I know it does have a foreign 4K release, but I'll probably just end up picking up this RLJE title. I'll probably pre-order it in advance. So Silent Night, heard some good things about it, heard some crazy things about it, and I'm excited to check it out when it drops and potentially do a review for it up on the channel. So yeah, Silent Night, I'm excited for it. Comes out on March the 9th. Let's go forward to March the 15th. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm excited for on March the 15th. So let's get into my third most anticipated title for the month of March, and that is American Werewolf in 4K, coming out from Arrow Video for $42.99. So I am hoping to get a review copy of this one in early so I can, let y'all know my thoughts on it, my thoughts on the movie, and also whether or not the 4K transfer is worth upgrading over the previous Blu-ray release put out by Arrow Video, because I got that release back in 2019 and I thought it was a stellar release and transfer just for the Blu-ray. So I can't imagine what they're gonna do with the 4K. So I'm super excited for this one. American Werewolf is just one of my not just one of my all-time favorite horror movies, it's just one of my all-time favorite movies in general. So I'm very excited for this one. Very excited to let you guys know whether or not you should consider upgrading this. It does have the same packaging, which kind of puts me off a little bit. I wish they would have done something a little different for this release, but I'm still excited to see what this movie looks like in the 4K format. I'm sure it's going to look stunning. There's some incredible visuals in this movie that I can just imagine looking so much better in 4K. So I'm super excited for that one. But yeah, American Werewolf comes out on March the 15th. Getting into my next one coming out on March the 15th. This is where we go into a little bit more of a mainstream title, a new film. This film is nominated for Best Picture as well, and that is West Side Story. It's coming out this week on 4K and Blu-ray. It's getting tons of exclusives. I'm particularly excited to pick up the 4K Target exclusive. I really like that cover on that one. But this is coming out from Disney for $29.99. Imagine the Target exclusive is going to be probably $34.99 in the Best Buy Steelbook, which actually looks pretty damn cool too. Not sure if it's got a Walmart exclusive, but I actually think it does. If it does, I'll flash it up on here when I go back and look at the pictures. But yeah, West Side Story, guys, I haven't seen the movie. I haven't even seen the classic film, but I've heard nothing but great things about this. I do like musicals. I love La La Land. It's one of my favorite movies the past 5 years, so I'm hoping for a good crowd-pleasing musical with this one. And yeah, I'm excited to watch it. Of all the newer movies that's coming out this month, this is definitely the one that I am the most excited to watch. And the next one also coming out on March the 15th is Dream a Little Dream from Vestron Video and Lionsgate, and this is going to be available for $12.69. So I don't care what it is. I will collect every single Vestron title from now on, as long as they keep to this $12.69 price point. Now, if they start to raise it up to $20, $25 like they used to be, I'm going to be a little bit more picky as to what I pick up. But $12.69, I don't care. They put out Candyman 3. I'll grab it. I love collecting for these. The slipcover artwork's always fantastic, and I just love these releases. The transfers are generally really good, and they always have some cool special features, and they're always just really cool movies that, I don't feel like a lot of people talk about and people haven't heard of for about 20, 25 years. They always dig deep with their selections, and I definitely appreciate that. But Dream a Little Dream, I know a lot of people are excited for. It's an 80s coming-of-age film. It's got the Coreys in it, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim. I have not seen a lot from either one of their filmographies. Of course, I've seen Corey Feldman, Friday the 13th, Gremlins, and that kind of stuff, but I need to dig into more of the Corey's filmography, and particularly Corey Haim, because I've only seen Silver Bullet, I think, as far as films that he's been in. So yeah, Dream a Little Dream, fantastic artwork on that one. I'm definitely excited for that release. So let's get into the next one that comes out on March 15th. Again, March 15th's got some bangers. Our wallets are going to be hurting on this day. Thank God that the two previous weeks before it are pretty light. But Red Rocket, which is an A24 film directed by Sean Baker, the same guy that did The Florida Project. I love the Florida Project, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing his next film. Now, this was in theaters, I believe, but it was a very limited run. So yeah, this is the next A24 film. I'm definitely going to buy it. I will buy every A24 film, just like the Vestron titles with the slipcover. I love A24. It's even if I don't like the movie, it's always interesting. And it always makes me think. Even if it's a film like Midsummer, which I really don't like, I always just enjoy just the experience of feeling like I'm getting something new with an A24 film. So I'm really excited for Red Rocket. From what I hear, it's kind of like a dark comedy in nature. So definitely looking forward to that one. That one's coming from Lionsgate for $21.99 is what it's listed at right now. But these titles for the A24 Lionsgates are usually around $14 to $15. So I imagine it might go down a little bit before it comes out. But yeah, guys, very excited for this one to come out. Like I said, always going to collect for these A24 titles, and the artwork on this one looks freaking awesome as well. And the next one coming out on March the 15th, this is the one that I'm kind of on the fence about, because I really do want to see this movie, and the artwork on it's incredible, and it's another Kino Lorber title. This is Touch of Evil on 4K, coming out from Kino Lorber, another Kino Lorber 4K. And this one stars Orson Welles in it. So again, I think it's from 1958, so it's after he did Citizen Kane and everything. But I'm really excited for this one. Again, the artwork looks incredible. I've heard great things about the movie. The only thing that I'm a little reluctant on is the price point for this one. And it was a lot more expensive. It was like almost $60 when they first put this one up, when they first listed it, but it's down to $42.99. Again, that's still a little bit too more expensive, unless this is like some different kind of packaging and some kind of big digipack release from Kino Lorber, which they have not done as of right now, so I don't know if it's going to be that. I'm just not sure why it's priced so high. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But again, I'm still excited for it. I'm still probably going to pre-order it, even if they don't lower the price, because I just want to see this movie and own it in the collection. But yeah, Touch of Evil on 4K. Very excited for that one. I know tons of people were excited for it when it first got announced. I'm just hoping that that price goes down just a little bit. So getting into next week, March 22nd, we have got the Godfather of all releases in the month of March, and that is the Godfather 4K trilogy coming out from Paramount for $86.99. This is definitely probably the biggest, most high-profile title and release that is coming out in the month of March, at least as far as like physical media and film fans are concerned. There may be some other like new releases that sell better, but this is the one right here, guys, that everybody is excited to get. This is the one people have been clamoring for a very long time, to get these films finally in the 4K format. So this comes out on March the 22nd. Again, $86.99. Not a bad price for, I guess, 3 classics in 4K. And you are going to get the Godfather Part 3 Coda edition in this one as well. So I'm very excited for these. I've said it before, I've seen The Godfather, but I have not seen Godfather 2 or 3. So I'm excited to dive into those for the first time in 4K. And again, I'm sure they're going to look incredible. I'm just excited to watch them all. I'm going to watch them all back to back to back. Probably do a review video on all 3 of them. And I'm just super excited about it, guys. The Godfather, the freaking artwork looks incredible on it. I'm not going to get like the big expensive like collector's edition, but I am going to get just the regular, you know, the digipack edition of the Godfather 4K. But yeah, like I said, the Godfather of releases, probably the biggest release in the month of March as far as physical media collectors are concerned, is the Godfather 4K trilogy. So getting into the next title that I'm most anticipating in the month of March, and we're getting into my final 2 right here, but The Flight of the Phoenix comes out on March the 22nd. This is a film starring James Stewart, and this is coming out from the Criterion Collection for $27.99. Just the artwork alone on this release just kind of, you know, attracts your attention. I just love the artwork on it, and I'm trying to pick up at least one Criterion that I'm interested in every single month so I can talk about it on the channel and just try to keep a little bit more up to date with the Criterion releases. Besides the sale, I feel like I grab all these Criterions during the sale and I don't watch any of them because I'm just grabbing them all at the same time, and I'm like, which one do I watch? So I'm trying to get, you know, a couple titles here and there in the off sale months, and then I'll catch up on the rest during the sales. But yeah, Flight of the Phoenix definitely looks like a cool little movie. I know it was remade, I think in the early 2000s with Dennis Quaid, but this one's starring James Stewart. I love James Stewart and The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. It's a Wonderful Life, obviously. This is an older James Stewart. I think this movie is from the early 60s, so definitely excited to dive into this one because I've heard great things about the film, and this one comes out on March the 22nd. So let's get into my last one that I am most anticipating for the month of March, guys, and this one comes out on March the 29th. This is Panic Room on 4K coming out from Sony. No official price point yet because this has not been officially announced, which is a weird thing on Bluray.com. It's not officially announced, but it's on the slate to come out in March. So I don't know if that means that it may or may not be pushed to like later months or something like that because it hasn't been officially announced yet. But March 29th is its current release date. Very excited for this movie. I've seen it once. I have the DVD snapper case down there, but it does not have a Blu-ray. It's notorious for never getting a Blu-ray release, and now it's making the jump from DVD straight to 4K, and I'm excited to watch this one, a David Fincher film. This will be his second film on the 4K format. And I think of all the David Fincher films, the first one that got announced, The Social Network, and then Panic Room, those are probably like on the bottom tier of movies that people would want to come to 4K. I know that Fight Club and Seven would rank like up at the top, and then probably Zodiac, but I don't know. I'm still excited for Panic Room, guys. Excited to see what Sony does with it. Sony always does some great work with their 4K transfers and audio in particular. So definitely excited for the Panic Room coming to 4K on March 29th. So there you have it, guys. That is my 10 most anticipated. It's a good slate, but again, I found it harder with this month in particular to narrow down 10 titles that I would actually want to pick up than other months. I think in February there was like 20 titles that I could have put on my list. January as well. Like those just seem like much more stacked months, but hopefully we get some other stuff in there. I know Vinegar Syndrome hasn't announced their stuff yet. You know, those other boutique labels kind of come in last with their announcements. So hopefully there's some other cool stuff that gets dropped at the beginning of March. But there you go, guys. That is my 10 most anticipated. Let me give you a few more honorable mentions. I'm also kind of excited to pick up maybe Eastern Promises on 4K from Kino Lorber for $27.99. That comes out on March the 22nd. Again, I don't know. It's probably going to be one that kind of slips through and I'll grab it in a sale later on, but I might go ahead and pick it up. You know, just depending on what else is going on at the time. But yeah, Eastern Promises, a David Cronenberg film. I love History of Violence, but I missed out on this one when it came out. Never seen it. And then I have it on DVD and I was gonna watch it, but then I heard it was coming out on 4K. So I was like, I'll just wait to watch it when the 4K comes out. But yeah, kind of excited for that one. But again, don't know if I'm gonna pick that one up. Another honorable mention is Nightmare Alley. This is a Guillermo del Toro film. This comes out on 4K from Disney for $29.99 on March the 22nd as well. Tons of exclusives with this one. Also, you got a Steelbook and I think a Target exclusive that comes out with this. This is available to watch on Hulu and HBO Max right now, so I might just watch it on there. But if I like it, I could potentially want to pick this up when it comes out on physical media. So other notable releases this month, guys, that I know some people might be excited for, but I'm not really at all excited for, and I'm probably not going to pick any of them up. But we have Matrix Resurrections comes out on 4K and Blu-ray on March the 8th. So yeah, I watched this on HBO Max. I can't say I'm going to pick it up. I don't need any of the other Matrix movies in 4K, just the first one. I love the first one. The other three, I can just do without those. We can just pretend those don't exist. Matrix Resurrections was like, I don't know, it was okay, I guess, for what it was, but it's really not a good movie, so I'm not going to pick that one up. Hunger Games Steelbook set, guys. This is a beautiful set. If I was a Hunger Games fan, I would absolutely be all over this. But I'm really not a Hunger Games fan. I've only seen the first two, haven't seen the other ones. It's just a franchise that's never really grabbed me. So if I was to get this, I would be getting it just because it's a beautiful steelbook, and I really would just be buying this for the packaging. So I'm not going to do it. This set's pretty expensive, so I don't want to, spend a lot of money on something that I'm just really not that passionate about. But it is a beautiful steelbook set. If you're a collector and you get it, to be honest, I can't blame you. And this is coming out on March the 22nd. We also got Sing 2 coming out on March the 29th, which is another, big animated film that came out last December. My kids went to see it. They all really liked it, but I don't think I'm going to be picking this up and adding it to the collection. Maybe if I see it later at Big Lots for like $5, I'll pick it up. But The Last Waltz, which is a Martin Scorsese film, comes out on 4K from Criterion on March the 29th. I know this is a title that a lot of people are definitely looking forward to, a Scorsese film on 4K. We also got Shooter coming out on 4K on March the 15th. Again, another one that I think some people are excited for, but again, I remember seeing Shooter back when it came out, like 2006, 2007. I just thought, okay, that's a movie. I don't ever really need to see that again. So I'm probably not going to get that one on 4K. And we also got the Daniel Craig, 5-film 4K collection coming out on March the 1st. I could maybe get all these in 4K, but again, it's just something I'm not going to devote and spend my money to at this time. I'll get them later on when they're on sale or something, because they probably be on sale for like $40 somewhere down the line. I don't need to spend like $80 on these movies. And then we got Belfast coming out on Blu-ray, guys. This is one that's getting all kinds of critical buzz and acclaim. This is directed by Kenneth Branagh, who also did the first Thor film. He also did Disney's Cinderella, and this is kind of a lower like indie drama film from him. But yeah, Belfast on Blu-ray. I do want to see the movie, but it's not something I can see myself picking up for $22.99 the day it comes out. I'll buy it later during a sale. But there you have it, guys. That is the 10 titles that I am most anticipating for the month of March 2022. Also some honorable mentions, and also I kind of went over some of the other notable releases. So like I said, not a very strong month. Hopefully April kind of bounces back a little bit. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. You might be more excited for some of these titles than I am. What are you the most excited for? Let me know in that comment section below. Also, be sure to like this video, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are in the description, and we'll see you next time.